Hi friends, I'm Amy from Latta Creations, and today we're going to get crafty together. Along with Scorch Marker, we're going to be creating these really fun garden markers that you can use in your herb garden. I don't know about you, but I love growing fresh herbs and spices that I can use in my cooking, as well as just to add some color and some scent to my house. So if you're like me and you've planted an herb garden, this is going to be a perfect project for you this summer. It's really simple. You're just going to need a few supplies to get started, and then we're going to create these little markers in no time at all. Are you ready? Let's get crafty. Let's talk supplies. What do you need to have on hand to create this fun project? First, you're going to need your base, which in this case is these small wooden rounds. I recommend about 3 inches in diameter. The next thing you'll need is whatever you want to use as the stake for your garden marker. I wanted my markers to sit right against the ground or the soil in my flower pots, so I decided to use something short, a popsicle stick. You could also, if you want longer stakes, use a wooden dowel or something else that's a greater length. You're going to need an adhesive to attach these two pieces together. I used Gorilla Glue spray adhesive, but anything you have that's a good, strong bond will work. You'll want some sandpaper. Of course, you're going to need the Scorch Marker Pro, and you're going to need heat to activate it. So a heat tool that's 1000 watts or greater in power is recommended. If you don't have this though, you can always just use your oven. The final thing that you're going to need are the stencils. The stencil designs that I created are available on scorchmarker.com. Simply download the file, and they're available in a variety of different file formats. So you can use them with whatever kind of cutting machine you might have. Once you download those files, you'll just need to send them to your cutting machine and cut them out of removable vinyl to create your stencils. If you don't have a cutting machine, you can always just use the pen and paper transfer method. If you're not sure how to do these things, check out some of our previous videos. If you look at our clover shamrock flower pot, you'll see how to create a stencil using these downloaded designs and a Cricut. Or if you don't have an electronic cutting machine, if you check out the video where I did a floral wooden photo frame, you'll see how to use just a pencil and a printout of the image to get that onto your wooden surface. Once you've gathered all your supplies, it's time to get started with our project. The first step in creating your project is deciding which of the stencil designs you want to use. I've created individual designs for tons of different herbs that you might be growing. Things like basil, mint, dill, lavender, sage, oregano, all kinds of things that you're going to find in your garden. I've also included some words, things like bloom, grow, my or our garden, herbs. So choose whatever you want to use in your project. Then you're going to download those files and upload them into the software for your cutting machine if you have one. So I uploaded my files into Design Space for Cricut, sent them to my Cricut Joy, and they printed or cut out on removable vinyl. What happens next is that you're going to cut those individual designs apart and you're going to weed them. That means we're going to get rid of anything that's not part of our stencil. We're actually going to take out the middle, which is the opposite of what we typically do when we're doing a vinyl design. You're going to remove the little letters and you're going to remove the image of each herb. So what you're left with is a piece of vinyl that has open spaces where we want to place the Scorch Marker to create the word and the image. Next, we need to sand our wood round to make sure that it's as smooth as possible before we try to apply the stencil and the Scorch Marker. Using clear adhesive transfer tape, we're going to transfer our stencil over onto our wood round. The reason we use the transfer tape is because we have those little spots like the center of the letter O or the center of the letter A, and we want to make sure that we keep those in the correct position. That's why we don't just peel and stick like a sticker. We want to make sure every little tiny part keeps the appropriate spacing when we transfer the stencil onto our surface. Next, we're going to position that stencil exactly where we want it on the wood round, press down and remove that transfer tape, leaving just the stencil behind. Once our stencil is in place, we're going to take our scorch marker and use the bullet tip end to fill in all of the open spaces. Then peel off the vinyl to reveal just your scorch marker design. Before applying heat, the area where your scorch marker ink is will just look wet or slightly pinkish, but you'll easily be able to see where it is to make sure that your design looks exactly the way you want it to. Then it's time to apply the heat. You're going to take that heat tool that's 1000 watts or greater, and you're going to hold it about 6 inches from the surface of your project, moving it continuously as you apply heat. As the heat reacts with the ink is going to burn into the surface of the wood, causing a permanent wood burned effect. Remember, if you don't have a heat tool, you can put it in an oven that's heated at 300 degrees Fahrenheit and keep an eye out for the color change. What happens is, as the ink and the heat react to create the burn, you're going to see that ink change from wet pink to a nice dark deep brown. The more heat you apply, the darker the burn will be. Remember, this is going to be permanent, but if you happen to make a mistake, you can always go back, sand it away, and try again. Once your wood burning is complete, it's time to apply a clear sealer so that we protect our project. If you're putting it outdoors in an herb garden or even in a pot where you're going to be watering your plants, we want to just protect our project so that it stays nice for as long as possible. The final step to complete our project is to add a stake. Remember, I used a popsicle stick, but you can use whatever length piece of wood you have that you would like the look of in your garden. I just attached the popsicle stick to the back of my wood round, and I made sure that the majority of it was on the back of the wood so it's nice and secure, and then this was ready just to stick into the ground or into my potted plant. Once your project is complete, all that's left to do is add your brand new garden markers to your herb garden or your potted herb plants. Then you can enjoy them all season long. For more creative inspiration, please come visit me anytime at amylattacreations.com. I have all kinds of fun summer projects, as well as hand lettering tutorials, home decor projects, and all kinds of things that I would love to share with you. And last but not least, don't forget to visit scorchmarker.com so that you can download these stencil images and get started on your project today. Happy crafting!